Hey everyone. So I finished Natlan and it was mind-blowing. It was amazing. The Archon Quest. This is my review of the entire Archon Quest. I didn't want to add commentary on my walkthrough videos because it takes a lot of time and I like to take breaks in between gaming. So this is like a consolidated after video. The review, reaction, everything combined in it. So talking about the Archon Quest, it was amazing. Like coming right after Sumeru, after Fontaine, which was absolutely mind-blowing. Like Fontaine, I still like Sumeru and Fontaine are probably top tier Archon quests at this point in the game, and that's a low bar because we came from Inazuma, but still I had no expectations going to Natlan. I honestly did not know anything. I didn't see any leaks because I don't have any interest in it, and I just went in blind. The day Natlan released, I didn't open Twitter, I didn't open YouTube, no spoilers, anything, just going in head on first, and it was amazing. The first character that we meet, Kachina, when Kachina was teased and when her reveal happened and all, I instantly fell in love with her, and I was had a soft spot for Kachina. But then the Archon Quest just made it amplify that emotion, because Kachina is such a cutie pie, and I don't want anything to happen to her ever. That's the goal, that's the aim of my my hopes. Kachina was brilliant. The Archon Quest handled characters really well. The characters that were introduced, they were given time. We bonded with each of them. Maybe Kinich wasn't much of the focus, but I think his tribal reputation quest would focus more on Kinich. Apart from that, Kinich was more of the supporting character role. He didn't play that much of an important role. But coming after that, we had Chasca. I mean, again, I'm just gonna go down the list of whoever's coming in my mind. So Chasca was I think I'm one of the few people who actually like Chasca. I like her design, I like her voice, I like her, I don't know, her, what should I say, everything about her. I just like Chasca as a whole. And I don't know why, but I've seen many people complain about how she's ugly and how she's bad looking, and I don't know, I just don't see it. I just find her to be very gorgeous. And even though that she's a mixed species, kind of like Layla or Nahida, with pointy ears, I think she's part dragon, I think, but we're gonna see that whenever her tribal quest comes. Chasca was really good. Iansen was actually a surprise, because I didn't have any emotions for Iansen, but seeing her, she was just really cool actually. Not ghoul, what am I saying? Really cool. And melanin, I mean, I am brown technically. I don't know if you consider this brown or what, but dark character is really good, really great. Coming after that, Iansen, Chasca, the characters that had minimal role. The more focus was on Mualani this time, which is amazing, because initially when Mualani was being teased and all, I just thought of her as being the Yoimiya of Natlan, which she is technically. But just thinking about it, Mualani is very free-spirited, very optimistic, has a very big sister vibe, is very homely in nature, I feel. And her entire character arc also, with her being acting as a big sister to Kachina, taking care of her tribe, taking care of her Ajaw, basically the neighbor. It was just amazing. Her character, playing through the Archon Quest, I was I need to get her. At first I was skeptical, should I save my pulls for Kinich or Xilonen or Mavuika? But after playing to the Archon Quest, I was I'm gonna get Mualani. It's a no-brainer. And getting used to her playstyle is actually quite difficult. Getting used to the playstyle of every Natlan character is actually quite, new, because up till now you have skills, swap, attack, that's it. But here you have this new dimension added, which is sprint. If you're sprinting and you switch to a Natlan character, they immediately enter to the Night Soul state. And majority of the Natlan character, I think every Natlan character focuses on attacking within its Night Soul state, like, you know, they deal extra damage over there. Otherwise they deal, I don't know, potato damage. But getting used to that thing, like, you know, when you're sprinting as Zhongli or when you're sprinting as Arlecchino, and then I have to switch to Mualani, so I just immediately switch and she immediately comes on a Shark, or Kachina comes on a Turbo Whirly or whatever it's called. And you know, you just gotta get used to it. You gotta get used to the new combat structure, which is actually more addicting and more amazing than, you know, world level 9, because I don't really care about that stuff. Like, you know, I don't know, I can't handle level 103 enemies, no way. I want the abyss and the world to stay separate. But apart from that, you know, the Natlan characters work really well. The Night Soul state is amazing for exploration, it's amazing. Kachina for climbing walls, Mualani for surfing through waves. It's unique. I can't wait to see what Kinich has. Like, you know, I think he has the slingshot ability. Like, you know, you can swing around like Spider-Man, which is gonna be so cool. Like, you know, we had the Spider-Man-esque exploration in Sumeru, but having it full on as a character using skills, you can Spider-Man your way. Like, you know, with the green dinosaurs. I'm gonna call everybody a dinosaur. Saurian, basically, the green Saurian. And it's kind of nice that, you know, like, if you don't have these characters, you have options. So like the Hoyoverse isn't like forcing you to, like, you know, you need to get Mualani to surf waves. No, you can get that People of Spring Saurian and do everything that Mualani can do, which is amazing. And the good part about Saurians, like, in transforming into Saurians, I felt is, like, you know, Wuthering Waves has echoes, right? And you can transform into echoes to deal damage and such, but the limitation that I felt with echoes was that you couldn't stay in the echo form permanently. Like, you know, if I wanted to explore the world of Wuthering Waves using the Inferno Rider, or, you know, as a giant ape, I can't do that. It's a timer, which kind of makes sense over there because, you know, it's part of the combat, it's not part of exploration. But I like how Genshin made Saurians part combat but part exploration as well. Like, you know, you can use these Saurians in combat. They won't be as quick, but you can do it, and then you can use them as exploration as well, which is amazing. So, like, you know, I always see Genshin as an exploration game, so anything they do with exploration, it's actually pretty nice, and that's why I actually play this game. I don't play it for the combat. Moving forward to the star of this Archon Quest, the Archon herself, the Pyro Archon Mavuika. I love her, and I love her. I don't know, I mean, I can say it every day, every time. I just love her so much. She's gorgeous, she's so strong. She's like, you know, after Raiden Shogun, I think, you know, Raiden Shogun was the Archon that brought me into Genshin, because I saw the Booba sword and I was like, you know, I mean, this game has a Booba sword, so it has to be something, right? But, you know, playing to the game, I loved Nahida. Nahida is still one of my favorite Archons in the game, possibly my favorite Archon in the game. But Mavuika is like a position sharer. She shares the position with Nahida as my most favorite Archon right now, because she's everything that I expected an Archon to be. She's not like Furina, where, you know, she's acting anything. She's not like Raiden Shogun, where she's, you know, just like, you know, in isolation. Like, she does not want to do anything with the world. And she's not like Zhongli, who faked his own death. Not like Venti, who's like, you know, let everything to his people. She reminds me of Nahida. That's why I probably like her, because, you know, Mavuika and Nahida, they both care for the people. And I don't know, the other Archons also care for the people. I'm not saying that, you know, those other Archons don't, but, you know, you visibly see their care, unlike the other Archons that do it behind the scenes. Nahida and Mavuika always go in front, always step in front to do everything that they can, and it just kind of like, you know, fills the people of that nation with a different sense of idealism or hope from their Archons. Like, you know, if you're seeing your Archon protecting you, if you're seeing your god protecting you, and I don't know, atheists won't understand this, but if you're religious, if you're seeing your god protecting you, you will believe that. You will, I don't know, you will have some sort of emotion over there. So I think that's what Mavuika and Nahida incite in their people of their respective nations, and that's what makes them much more attractable as gods. Apart from that, tall lady. So yep, that zipper dress. So yep, red hair. Yep, sunglasses. Yep, flaming hair. Bareback. You get the gist, right? I mean, I don't want to go any further into the Mavuika description, but nah, man, she seems strong. The cutscene with her and Capitano, what do you want to call him, fighting was absolutely amazing, and I was like, pretty scared. Like, maybe Mavuika can, get hurt right now, because we have no idea how powerful the Harbingers are. We've seen Arlecchino, and she's insane. She's absolutely insane, strength wise, both like in game and as a villain. I think she's like one of the few cases where when you fight her as the villain, she's strong, but when you play her as a playable character, she's equally strong. Like, she can't get the wings and all, but as her normal self, she's still a very strong character. So I think she breaks the meme of when the villain becomes the playable character, they automatically become weak. Apart from that, Scaramouche, still amazing. Child, amazing. I just feel so bad for Senora, because I mean, I wanted her to become playable, whatever. So the captain, that cutscene was absolutely amazing. The storyline that followed in the Natlan Quest was pretty close knit. Was pretty, like, it did not leave any threads. It left a thread at the end, with Mavuika explaining about how we have the heroes of Natlan, and we have to unite 6 heroes to help Mavuika save Natlan from the destruction, of which Kinich, Iansen, and Xilonen are 3 of them, so which means we're like missing 3 others. Apart from that, we saw someone helping the captain, escape after Mavuika's fight, so we have no idea who that is, but personal guesses, I think it's Ororon, because he was teased in the Natlan teaser, and he was shown right after Capitano. So I mean, it's obvious, right? It's obvious. It's got to be obvious. It's got to be Ororon. And I think he is part of the Masters of the Night Wind. So I think he is part, or he's like the guy that's helping Captain. Apart from that, Citlali. We didn't see Citlali. We didn't see Xilonen. We didn't see... yeah, I think those are the only 2 that we didn't see. But I'm pretty sure that we're going to see them pretty soon. I think Xilonen's obviously coming in 5.1. So I'm gonna pull for her. But apart from that, the story was actually pretty good, because the Act 1 handled Kachina's journey to the pilgrimage, to fight, to beat everyone. The cutscene with her and Mualani fighting was really touching. Even after Kachina beat Mualani, she rushed over to check on Mualani, to check on whether she's fine. It just showed that, she didn't want to actually beat her. And she she would have, if given the option, I'm pretty sure Kachina would have surrendered if it had to mean to defeat Mualani. I mean, if Mualani didn't provoke her, that's what I'm saying. But still, all in all, great characters. I love the voice acting. I'm playing in English, but the voice acting is amazing. Is absolutely great. Apart from that, first act was Kachina and all, the pilgrimage part. It's kind of nice that in the pilgrimage we were playing as Mualani and Kachina, so we could take a rest from the traveler, which is actually pretty nice, and it actually helped us get used to the Natlan characters. Act 2, which was the Ode to Resurrection, which failed apparently, so we had to go to the Night Kingdom to find Kachina, and it was just a good quest, because it tied directly to the first quest. Now I know Fontaine did the same as well, with the first quest having a trial where child was abducted, and then in the second part, in the second act, I think you had the case where it showed that the entire trial that happened in the first act, the killing of the lady, and I mean, not the killing of the lady, I mean technically the killing of the lady and all, it was tied to the perfume owner and all and everything. I think it's a merchant, not a perfume owner, but still, Navia's uncle. it was tied really well, but I felt Natlan's quest was more intricately tied together. We had that middle part with Mualani where we met the people of Springs, where we went to the people of Springs and met with people over there. I actually liked the callback to Mondstadt. Like, I know many people might have forgotten what happened in Mondstadt and Liyue. I personally have. Like, except some scenes, like, flying through the sky to fight Dvalin and such. When the Tear showed up, I immediately remember that, the Traveler had a power which has never been talked about ever since Mondstadt, is that we can clear abyssal energy, we can clear the corrupt energy. And I really like that, we're going back to that part, we're seeing more instances of where the Traveler is cleansing abyssal energy, like we're diving into that power that the Traveler has that we've not touched for like three years or so. So it's kind of nice that, finally getting Traveler lore, finally understanding what the Traveler has, like their true power, basically, not the part where, they just combine with every element of every nation and then just go fuck all and no. So I like that, and it was nice touch, having Lisa, having Venti come back, even though it was one-liners and flashback, but it actually made pretty much solid sense over there. Mavuika has heard about us, as mentioned in the quest, which was quite surprising because, every Archon... I mean, I think news travels fast into that after we've, like, been through 4 nations, I think. So, like, yeah, 4? I mean, it's 5 nations. So, like, I think news travels fast. And even though, like, the people of Natlan don't leave them, I think the newspaper comes there. So it's actually kind of nice, the quest and all, everything was pretty top tier. The music was amazing. The music is still amazing. I'm still exploring Natlan and it's just phenomenal. Apart from that, I think, I'm just super excited. We had that scene at the end with Mavuika giving us answers like every Archon does. And it was just, it was nice. I mean, I felt Mavuika, she sacrificed the power, by the way. So, like, if you don't know that, she's like a normal human right now. She has part of her power, but she's not at full capacity, like, not at Archon levels. So she's like a normal human, and interacting with normal human who is still confident in her power, who is still confident in her own self, unlike Farina, who, like, she was under a curse, but she just put on a face. She wasn't confident on the inside. She was broken down. So seeing Mavuika like that, pretty much confident, pretty much powerful, that's a very different vibe to the entire Archon quest, the entire Archon system. And I actually like it. I just wish one day we get these Archons to actually meet up, like, Nahida, Farina, Zhongli, Venti, Mavuika, all meeting up. And I think maybe in Snezhnaya they might do that, to fight the Tsaritsa, because the Tsaritsa is the Cryo Archon. We always know that from the travel trailer or whatever that was called. But yeah, so all in all, it was a brilliant Archon quest. I'm gonna give it a... I'm not gonna be biased. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Screw it. 10 out of 10 it is, because I'm no professional reviewer. I just love what I love, and it's actually made me love Natlan so much. It, like, attracted me the moment I stepped into it. Unlike Fontaine, where, I gradually grew to love Fontaine, Natlan reminds me of Sumeru, my time in Sumeru, where I immediately stepped into Sumeru and I fell in love with it. Fell in love with the music, with the characters, with the Archon quest, with the Archon, the architecture, everything. Natlan has the same vibe. The cast is like a close-knit family, like Sumeru. The music is top tier, A-class. The architecture is so unique, like, with the dinosaurs, the saurians basically, not the dinosaurs, and with the graffiti art, the tribal architecture around. It's not like Fontaine, where, you have very advanced architecture over there and very classy people, very elite type of stuff over there. Over here, it's down to earth. It's very ground level, which makes the entire thing, which makes an adventure feel like an adventure. Then, with it being the nation of war, everybody is, willing to fight and energized. It's just mind-blowing. It's just amazing. And I don't know, man. It's just top tier. I just fell in love with this nation the moment I set in. The moment, like, I'm playing through Natlan ever since the day it released, and I just want to go back. Every time I close the game, I was like, maybe a few hours more, maybe a few minutes more, but I don't know, I just want to stay in Natlan for a bit to understand the roots that the country has, the architecture, the people that they have, the animals, the everything. I mean, it's just insane. So, like, maybe I've done the Archon Quest. I'm gonna do the tribal quest now. It's like, I have a good 35-40 days to casually explore the entire region before 5.1 drops, and we have the anniversary stuff as well. So our primogens are gonna stack up. It's amazing. It's a great time to be playing Genshin Impact, and that's where I'm gonna stop this review, stop this reaction and stuff for Natlan, for the Archon Quest. I pulled Mualani, she's amazing. I'm really excited. I will pull for Kinich, but I don't know, if I win the 50-50, it's good. But if I don't, I probably won't go for him because I'm saving for Xilonen. And after Xilonen, because she's the only 5-star character in 5.1, I will be saving everything for Mavuika, unless, they release Chasca in 5.2, which is going to be a big on my plans. But still, let's go. I'm going to be pulling for Chasca, obviously. Chasca is pretty hot. But still, the Archon Quest, amazing. Captain, amazing. We're going to get more of the Fatui. I just wish we get more cutscenes like we got for Mavuika and Captain fighting. It was mind-blowing. It was amazing. And the production value, as always, Genshin just keeps on exceeding my expectations. And I think that's why it's going to be a top-tier game in my eyes for at least the next, until, like, the Tivat chapter gets over. After that, we're gonna see what happens, but still. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this video, please check out my channel. Please check out my other videos. Subscribe to support me. I would really love it. And let me know how you felt about the Archon Quest, whether you loved it, whether you hated it, whether you found it very mid, or you had some problems with it. And just enjoy. And yeah, do not overfarm. Do not do everything in 2 days or so. Like, give it time. Enjoy the nation. Enjoy the music. And I'll be putting out more videos. So, like, subscribe. Obviously, like, please. Come on, man. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Blaze to Natlan. And see you. When should I see you? See you in the next video. Alright, goodbye.